Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name's Luke.
And I'm Emily. And tonight, you've joined us for a special time. We are covering chapters 22 through 26 of A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, and if this is the first time you've joined us, just know that we do this often, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a week, where the Smut Oracle, this one right here, takes us on a journey through these sorts of books. I have never read this kind of stuff. This one has. So follow her on her social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, all the things, Instagram. She's got a lot of other great content, and you can keep up with us by buying the book with the description below. And there's a membership. It's like $2 a month. It's not really worth anything except for it just kind of helps out the channel. And, you got a little input. Right, you got a little input, which is really, really nice. But I think that's all we have for the introduction. So I'm going to throw it to Emily so she can give us a recap of what we read.
Yes, right on. So tonight's chapters are Farah looking at the upcoming war and going, we don't have enough soldiers. What if we tried Eldritch Horror? So she and Cassian head back to the prison to negotiate with the Bone Carver, one of Luke's favorite characters, who this time appears as a small boy that looks suspiciously like what Farah and Reese's future child might look like if they survived the disaster. Casual emotional manipulation. Love that for us. And then we find out that he's not just some spooky little inmate because his sister, the Weaver, his brother, Kashay, yes, that Kashay, if you're into Slavic folklore, they're all apparently death gods. Farah is literally trying to recruit mythological nightmare siblings to a war effort. The escalation, stunning. The Bone Carver wants nothing to do with Hybern, not because he's moral, but because he's terrified of his siblings. That's how bad they are. However, once Farah mentions the hewn city, he picks up. He just perks right up and names his price, the Ouroboros. Kyr's deeply cursed family mirror that has driven every single person who's ever looked into it completely mad. Bring him that, free him, and he'll fight. Sure, sounds safe. Meanwhile, back at the House of Wind, Elaine has finally left her room, but is now speaking exclusively in prophetic riddles like she joined a cottagecore cult. Lucian finds her in the library and attempts a conversation. Farah immediately dives into his mind to make sure he's not being weird. His POV, sad puppy energy. Nesta is furious that Farah mind slid without consent, which is valid, but Farah absolutely does not investigate how she knew about it. So Farah asks Reese why the cauldron paired Elaine with Lucian and not Azrael, because even she sees the tension, and Reese basically shrugs and says, sometimes destiny is messy. Now on to the hewn city, where Kyr continues being the worst. Even Eris popping up with potential Autumn Court backup is not enough. Kyr doesn't want land, he doesn't want power, he wants access to Valaris, specifically because it would hurt more. Emotional terrorism as a hobby, daddy of the year. Farah demands the Ouroboros. Kyr says she's welcome to it if she can claim it. So that's where we're at. Basically, death gods on standby, a prophetic sister speaking in riddles, potential blackmail in the Court of Nightmares, and Farah about to stare into a mirror that has a 100% insanity success rate. War prep is going great. So, Luke, are you ready?
Yeah, no one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's hit it. Listen, okay. 2 massive things happen, and then 1 small thing that I think we shouldn't overlook, but we might have a long conversation about it because this is specific to the relationship that we've been talking about. First, Nesta, it might be the most dangerous thing that's living. We don't know.
Yeah,
the Bone Carver's like, a queen, maybe like my sister used to be. We don't know. Yeah, Nesta might be an absolute dog. Okay. The Bone Carver conversation was cool, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is Eris, because Eris might not be as shitty as we think. He might be pulling a Jurin, a Reese. I'm not that terrible. I just had to make a choice, so I chose. And I actually like people. I don't hate people. Like that one and that one and that one. And P is for priceless. We'll get to that later. But we will get to that later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It's not in this section. That's a spoiler. And the little thing that I want to talk about is in that section at the end there, Reese and Feyre, because Feyre's having a you should have told me kind of moment right here.
Mhm.
And after, because I read this several days ago, I'm gonna be honest, we've been on a little hiatus. Big takeaway is, nah, dog, he doesn't have to tell you.
Mhm.
He doesn't actually. Not because he's a king, not because he's weird, but simply because he doesn't have to tell you. Because you should trust him 100% because he trusts you 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
He
So
does.
let's go all the way back, if you don't
Mhm.
mind, to the beginning, because we do need to talk about the bone carver. I was surprised, by the way, and that you don't find out what Cassian sees.
Mhm.
So
Correct.
the bone
You don't.
carver,
And you also
is delicious. He's got a lot of like antagonist lines that are hilarious.
Mhm. Mhm. You also never find out what is happening or what Reese sees him. Well, no, he does say he saw him as Jurian, so I take that back.
Right.
Take that back. But yeah, we don't really find out what Cassian sees when he sees him.
It stinks. It stinks a lot.
But it scares the shit out of him. We do know that.
Well, now, so they've done something in this story that I don't love. In this last few sections, so it's that whole jobber thing, right? We talked about it before, where they like kind of lower the standing of someone who's big and bad, you know, an absolute weapon, a savage. They've done it now a few times. They did it in this chapter, in this section. They've kind of moved Cassian down a little bit. They did it in the last section where they were like, yeah, there's a monster in the pit, and they're like, yeah, what is it? I don't know, but Cassian was super scared when he came back. And he never talks about it. There's like a few times now where we've seen kind of Cassian being a little bit disarmed mentally. I'm not the biggest fan of that personally. I imagine it makes sense in terms of the storytelling.
Are they trying to like take Cassian down, or are they trying to like just showcase exactly how scary and big and bad these things are?
I think so, and it might be more heavy-handed than what I'm carrying on. So I want to preface that too, because when they're in the prison, you know, she's like, "Oh, I forgot how thick the air is." It feels like he's freaking out more than she is, and he put them away, which is which doesn't make a lot of sense to me logically, but also she doesn't know who else is in this prison or what else is in this prison per se. So I really appreciated it, but it did feel like we're reimagining the fortitude, the fierceness of Cassian. We'll see how it goes. We're only like what 2/5 through this book, so there's probably a lot more. And Cassian might get jobbed soon. He might get killed. Don't know. That would stink. Hope not. But it's when they start to focus, storytellers start to focus on a character like this in this way. It's like, oh, a tragic death is coming for this warrior who will die heroically for his queen. Yeah, I know. I don't think it'll happen, but if it does, that would suck. But it might. So anyway, Bone Carver. Bone Carver has some delicious lines. Also, they did something kind of fun too. They turned chapter 22 and 23 into a dual conversation, which doesn't happen a lot in these books. Tell me about that. You got anything for me on this one?
Just about, I mean, we kind of did a lot of lore dumping in these chapters. So do we want to hop into the lore, or what specifically were you most excited about?
Well, so the lore's pretty there's like little things, right? So lore is probably a good idea at this point, but like one of the little things, for example, is they cave to the carver that, hey, we're gonna go to war, blah blah blah. Also, they're in possession of the Book of Breathing, and that initiates I'm listening. Like, what are we gonna do here? So can we just do that? There's a lot
for sure.
here.
There is a lot. So kind of where we're at is we go to the prison. All of that's great. We see that it's Rysand. He already knows about Nesta. So before they can even talk about what's happening, the Bone Carver is like, starts talking about how did you let's see, where is it? What came out was not what went in. How lovely she is, new as a fawn and yet ancient as the sea. How she calls to you a queen, as my sister once was, terrible and proud, beautiful as a winter sunrise. So he starts like whispering or murmuring, like, Nesta, Nesta. It's creepy as hell, actually. And like Cassian is just like, it takes him aback. So the bone carver is able to, kind of to your point, make him kind of pause. He forgot, kind of like, he got off task for a minute because he was talking about Nesta. But also bone carver's in prison on an island. So how does he know about Nesta? Or that Feyre's High Lady now?
So I've got my thought is the bone carver can like sense the force that we were talking about, this ancient energy that combines, that mates individuals, and the bone carver just has this, like, can sense it because he's older than time.
So, and now we find out he's not even necessarily older than time. He is an actual death god. So he says, I smell her on you. You have met my sister, my twin.
Right.
The Weaver.
Interesting.
And her name is Striga. She and our older brother, Cachet, how they delighted in this world when we fell into it. And then we find out that basically his sister is confined to the middle, which is that like no man's land on the map. And Cachet is on the continent, and he is bound to a lake, which is very on brand for Cachet as far as folklore goes.
Yeah, I started looking at the image, right, to see it. I was like, oh, well, there's a lake right here in between a bunch of mountains. So anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
no, you're fine.
I think it's interesting that this location isn't near the three Fae tribes that we're dealing with also.
Yeah. And so we find out, because she's like, hey, we want to like recruit you to come fight this war with us. And he's like, hard pass. Thank you, but no. and she's like, really? You're in prison. Like, we will send you home? You don't just want to like go home? And he's like, yeah, my home doesn't exist anymore. It's like dust at this point because I'm old as heck. So no, I don't actually want to go home. I want to just chill out in this prison because it's actually quite comfy. And I don't know if you heard that my brother and sister are death gods, but they're actually terrifying. And I would really prefer it if they forgot that I existed.
Right.
So can you imagine, because you have more than one brother. There's 3 of you, right?
3 of us.
Not 4, right? 3.
Not 4. Well, not 4 that I know about.
Jenny.
Shout out, Jenny.
So, Jenny, come get your son. But there's 3 of you, okay? There's only me and my brothers. I don't quite like understand. But can you imagine just kind of hiding out and hoping that your brothers forget that you existed?
Yeah.
Do you think that's even possible?
Yeah, I can imagine it. No, I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's possible. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, like with the power scaling that we've created here. It's just an insane thing. It's like, I'll just stay in this prison where my powers are dampened and they won't be able to find me. I'm good. I'm not gonna go fight in your war for you.
I don't want to do that. That sounds silly. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
And so Cassian's like, all right, let's hit it. And they're trying to not to look so desperate about it all. But they mention, all right, well, we got to go to the Hewn City. And he's like, wait a minute. If you're going to go there. But what I think is weird about these chapters is that it's like that. He turns on a dime about it. Because he's very much like, oh, no, I'm terrified of them. I don't want to go anywhere. And also, it's not my war to fight. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to.
Right.
And then one mention of going to a place that he knows they go too often or can go too often. It's their court. I just find it a little sus. A little weird.
Okay.
That he like that is like, there's a mirror. It was my sister's. Can you get it for me?
So I got not Wicked Witch of the West. got Snow White vibes.
The mirror.
Yeah, the mirror was like, oh, it can tell you anything. It can show you. It's a
Mhm.
reflection of the world. So you just tell it to show you something, it'll show you something. And it's
Mm.
like, okay, that also sounds like taking mushrooms or drugs, but
Right.
but it sounds like Snow White. Like it's a whole
Yeah.
Snow White thing.
I can see where you get that, especially when he's talking about the mirrors. Since she had many mirrors in her black castle, she admired herself day and night in those mirrors, gloating over her youth and beauty. So, like, definitely sounds like some evil queen stuff right there.
Yeah.
But the Ouroboros was old even when we were young. All could be seen, all could be told through its dark surface. So that's interesting. But then when we actually get later to have the conversation with Kier, he's like, yeah, you can have it if you want it, if you can take it. Because like nobody has ever been able to actually look at this thing without going insane. So please actually look into it because I kind of hate you.
Yeah. But this goes back to, oh yeah. And that's hilarious. Kier sucks. Like he's not cool.
Mm-mm.
Like even Eris became cooler in this group of chapters.
Mm-hmm.
In his own way. Like, yeah, Kier sucks. Which stinks because in my brain he looks like a character from Lord of the Rings, like with this like shoulder length hair and a headband around it, wearing a long cape and fur across the shoulder, dark gunmetal color, draped across him, maybe a little bit of purple. Like he's got this weird aura. His hair's like it's got some gray in it, but it's this like it's that like cherry blonde. It's like cherry blonde.
He's like Boromir in your mind, like Sean. Yeah,
like Sean Bean. Like he's got a Sean Bean look to him, except for he just sucks. He sucks.
I choose to see him a little hotter than him, but okay.
Who's the actor who plays 24?
Oh, no. What's his name? Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, like Kiefer Sutherland's face with that hair.
I still need him to be hotter than that, but okay.
Okay, I feel you. He sucks, and I'm surprised they just didn't kill him in this scene. To be frank with you, like why would we keep this man alive? It doesn't matter.
He's literally the best option, clearly, of all the other brothers, and Baron, who's the worst.
Oh no. We're talking about Kier still. That's what.
We're talking about Kier. I thought you were talking about Eris.
That's who I was describing. No, my bad.
Oh, okay, all right. That's why I'm like, what are you talking?
You're like, I need to be hotter, and I was just like,
no.
It's gotten into you, lady.
No, I mean I am the Smut Oracle, but no. I thought we were talking about Eris this whole time. I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Eris in my head kind of looks like the redheaded guy. He's redheaded, but he plays. He's in Fantastic Beasts. He's the main character in Fantastic Beasts, and Where to Find Them.
Oh no! Again, Eddie Redmayne, hard pass, but okay.
Okay, then how about like one of the brothers who are singers, and they used to work for Disney, the Jonas Brothers. Yeah, one of the Jonas Brothers, but redheaded.
There's only one that's attractive.
Okay, pick that one. I don't care.
I'm still gonna say pass. Okay.
Okay. Anywho, going back to the Bone Carver, because we did just ADHD our way through that.
We have it.
Yeah.
Both of us. So yes, he says after they leave, because he's like basically get me the mirror and find a way to free me, and then I will work for you. That sounds good. So they agree, they leave, and that's when I find this moment really cute between Feyre and Cassian. When she's like, was it you or Reese that asked you to come? And he's like, no, I wanted to come. And he's like, because I kind of wanted to know what's going on with Nesta. He has got it bad. He's got it bad.
He is longing.
This is some quality yearning, just so you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never been there before.
We know you have.
We know.
So Yeah, but it says, would you be frightened of her if Nesta was death or if her power came from it? And he says, I'm a warrior. I've walked beside death my entire life. I would be more afraid for her to have that power, but not afraid of her. Nothing about Nesta could frighten me. And I was like, dang it, Cassian, you are making me like you a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's noble. He's noble like a golden retriever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is a golden retriever.
Yeah, he's good. Cassian's good. He always says the right things and he follows through, and yeah, he's good.
He's the best. Well, he's not, I shouldn't say that, but I am enjoying him.
Who is the best?
Rhysand.
Okay.
Rhys.
Well, sort of.
Reese baby is one of my faves.
We'll talk about Reese baby a little later.
Reese baby. Okay, so that's we're on to chapter 24. So we go to the townhouse and we see that Elaine has moved. She done got out of her chair and she left the room. Baby steps. Like, we are really celebrating small victories for her.
Yeah, but now she's like sleeping on top of, now she's like wearing cargo shorts and sleeping on top of quartz crystal. You know what I mean?
Listen, she is giving me, I know that you said Fantastic Beasts, but like, she is giving me Luna Lovegood vibes. She got weird.
Yeah, exactly.
She got weird.
She's talking in riddles and poetry.
Yeah, weird. She got real weird.
She's also still down. Some of her lines are kind of fun. They're kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I can hear the sea even at night, even in my dreams, the crashing sea and the screams of a bird made of fire. And and Feyre's like, girl, like, you cannot be hearing. I know that your hearing is better than it was, but also like there's no way you can hear that. Like, what are you talking about, you weirdo?
Yeah. And then she's like, I can hear your heart. Can you hear mine? Because she says it to our main man.
Mm-hmm. Lucian,
thank you.
Yeah.
And Lucian's like, no. I guess.
He's like, nah.
My heart broke a little bit when he said no. I was like, damn, you had a chance, dog. You had a moment.
Yeah. I can hear your heart.
Their interaction right here crushes me. It hurts my feelings so much.
It does. But one more thing before we hop to that is a Nesta line that I thought was just like quintessential Nesta, which is, she says, Feyre says to her, you said you wanted our enemies dead. Why not kill them yourself? And she says, why bother when someone else can do it for me?
She's a
Nesta?
Coward. That's coward. That's a coward way. I hated that line.
That's literally been her entire life. Like, if I were Feyre and she said that, I would be like, back to why I cannot stand you. Like, this is why I don't like you, girl.
I would be like, go hunt for your own food. You remember this? You remember all this bullshit when you were just
Oh wait, you didn't have to because you had someone else to do it for you.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. Entitled.
She's the worst.
The worst. And I hope she gets her ass kicked. And not actually, but kind of.
I mean, kind of. So Feyre like slides into Lucian's mind and we see like his POV for the first time. So even though it's not like his POV, it's totally his POV for a couple of pages. And oh my word.
He got a bad too. He got a bad. I actually enjoyed this. This is I was reading this it's in italics, just so you know, if you guys have it. Like, I was reading it in cursive. I don't know how to say that out loud, but I was like, I was reading this in cursive. You know what I mean? I was like,
that is the most ADHD thing you've ever said, and I totally know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Because she starts with too thin. Yeah. She must not be eating at all. How can she even stand? The thoughts flowed through his head, and one after another, his heart was raging, thunderous beat. And he didn't dare move from his position and mere 5 feet away. She didn't yet turn toward him, but the ravages of her fasting were evident enough. Touch her, smell her, taste her. The instincts were running river. His fists, his hands, just as dramatic as possible. I was reading this so dramatically.
I also love he's like the other sister, the Viper.
Yes.
Like, mhm. Yes. Yes. Hilarious. So then
Oh,
we
I also
find
like how he
out
talks about his ex-girlfriend.
I was literally about to say that. So yes, we find out about his ex, and he's like, she had been all laughter and mischief, too wild and free to be contained by the country life that she'd been born into. She had teased him, taunted him, seduced him so thoroughly that he hadn't wanted anything but her. She'd seen him not as a High Lord's seventh son, but as a male, had loved him without question, without hesitation, and she had chosen him. Elaine had been thrown at him.
By fate. Yeah.
Which is
It's
not
super
necessarily
interesting.
the most romantic way to describe, like, he's waxing poetically about Jasminda. And
Well,
then it's like, and then Elaine was just kind of thrown at me.
so that's where you and I think differ right there, because I think it's hyper romantic.
Okay.
We're in a moment, right? Okay, so as a single person, and I'm talking as a single male, and I'm talking about the single epidemic, the loneliness epidemic. A lot of times people are told you'll find the right person when it's supposed to happen. And I've
Right,
often
right.
told my friends, I'm like, look, if you want to meet somebody, it's actually not that hard. Write down 5 passions, things you're super passionate about, and go do those things in the wild and
Mm-hmm.
meet people, like meet people doing those same things. And I'm over time, you'll find those people. The vast majority of people
Mm-hmm.
I've dated were when I was acting, performing, because I just super enjoyed it, or they were like a tangential character within that group.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I was hanging out with my friends and we were going to bars and we'd see the same girls over and over and over again because they would go to the same
Right.
bars, right?
Right.
Similar vibe. It often hit me out of nowhere that, oh, there's an attractive girl that I've seen before that I think is cute, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Talked to her a few times. In this case, like the ex-girlfriend, rest in peace, was like in his world, in his old life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she taunted him and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah. It chose him, made him feel special, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you fast forward to the section that we're in Highburn, he is so resolute in doing a very specific act. He's 100% in, right? Similar to the situations where I was telling you about, where it's like, oh, I was just out having fun, and then I just happened to meet somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, it is actually the way he talks about being like she was thrown at me. It's because he was so preoccupied with everything else that was happening in the world at the time that there wasn't room for this extra person. Like his focus was singular and intentional. And like, so when I read it, I thought back to that moment immediately, and I was like, oh, this is his world being expanded. Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of romantic. It's super awesome, actually. It's like, oh,
I didn't read it that way, but hearing you talk about it, I'm like, oh, that is sweet.
It's the universe. It's the universe choosing love in a hateful situation. It's actually really beautiful. And then, like we were talking about, like tropes, like you're like enemies to lovers, or friends to lovers, or whatever. Like this is absolutely a narrative trope. This happens all the time. It happens in Lord of the Rings. It happens in Game of Thrones, specifically the main guy. What's his face? Jon Snow. His first girlfriend is the redhead who, when he's north of the wall or whatever, it's similar to the situation that is described, where she taunted him and blah blah blah, and then
nothing, Jon Snow,
right? And then we fast forward to a situation where the peril is insurmountable, and he's forced to go to a situation, and he runs into a girl, and he is still headstrong and doing his thing, but she opens his world. It's literally the same thing. It's actually quite romantic. They actually do it worse in the show than they do it in the book here.
I mean, that's true most of the time.
Yeah. Anyway, I talked your ear off, but yeah, that's how I was like, oh, this is actually super, like, this is a moment here for this guy.
No, I do kind of like it. And I also like just kind of how Like, I feel like Lucian has ADHD as well, because
Oh
he's
yeah.
like popping around all over the place. He's like, I might vomit on this very expensive, very old carpet, and then he's like, oh, I think it's from Sengrava. It's really pretty. Reese has a lot of things, but he has good taste. Like, this whole place is really pretty. He's just squirreling all over the place.
It's really awesome. As I was reading it in cursive, I was just like, this is hilarious. What are we doing here?
Bless him. Bless him so much. But he's adorable and very sweet. And he like sees her for the first time since, being right, not in the middle of danger, right? So it's really the first time they've talked to each other. And he's like, oh my God, she's like, she needs to eat a cheeseburger for sure, but
Yeah.
she's beautiful.
She needs to say it. Let me
Like,
ask you this.
somebody get this girl a sandwich.
So at this moment, Feyre's used some magic spell to hide Nesta and Feyre, right?
Right. So they like walk away because they want to talk about her, but they don't want her to hear. And she apparently can hear all the way to the sea and inside heartbeats now. So she throws up her little windshield so that kind of like what she did when she was in Lucian's bedroom. She throws up the sound shield so that they can't hear Tamlin coming. Same thing, except now it's like not wanting the audio to get out.
Do you remember the opening theme song to Charmed?
No.
I am the sun and the air. I am human. I need to be loved. That was that sounds like Elaine, like that song. I don't know if you know the song I'm talking about, but I was just like, I am the sun and the air. So when I imagine this scene, by the way, I imagine she's facing a window, looking out onto the river as it feeds into the ocean, and she's sitting erect. She's sitting fairly erect, and just staring, and just saying random stuff, not making eye contact with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And Lucian in this scene is like sitting on an ottoman, right? And just like staring at her, trying to figure out how to speak to her, maybe 5 or 6 feet away. And she is not even remotely connected to the fact that he's in the room while he's having his ADHD life crisis moment.
Yeah, for real. He finally says like, I'm going to assume that like one of these cups belongs to your sister. Do you mind if I help myself to the other? And like, she does not respond. And that's why he's kind of just going a little, but he tries again. He's like, there's a plate of biscuits. Would you like one? Like, you need to eat something.
The biscuits line is hilarious because he's like middle thought. He's like, would you like a biscuit?
Do you want one? They're right here. I'll be happy to give you one. I'd be happy to get that for you. Bless.
So funny.
And then he doesn't expect her to answer, and she turns like to him, like it's like she just realized he's in the room. He's been in the room for a minute, but he's like, you want a cookie?
And I love that.
I got you cookie.
I love that.
You gave me cookie. I got you cookie.
I love the shift here. The shift here is so sad and it's heartbreaking. Like, she's like, you were in Hybern. Yes. You betrayed us. Oh, fuck. Like, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it was a mistake. And her eyes went
bad about it.
He's like, it was a mistake. She's like, I was meant to be married in a few days. And then he fought against this blistering rage, the irrational urge to find the male who had claimed her and shred him apart. The words were rasped, but instead he said,
literally says, he literally says, she says, you betrayed us. And he says, he wished she'd shoved him out the window behind her. Like, oh, poor Lucy. Poor Lucy. So yeah, it's not looking good for the home team, but she finally she's like, okay, that's enough. I probably overreached, and she slides out of his mind.
No. The part where she says, I can hear your heartbeat.
Oh yeah, he does.
And then she says, when I sleep, I can hear your heart beating through the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear mine?
Mm-hmm.
And no, lady, I cannot. She said, no one ever does. No one ever looked. Not really.
Mhm.
And he
Yeah,
did.
maybe
He saw
because
me.
you're vapid.
He saw me. He will not now. That the obviously no, he doesn't. But that's
Mhm.
another super romantic moment. It's like, oh, you can hear his heartbeat.
Yeah.
Is that does that mean something else?
I don't know. But I do think that it's interesting that she says, I can hear your heart beating through the stone because he was good friends with Timmy Tam. And in the first book, Timmy Tam literally had a heart made of stone.
Oh, interesting.
So
I thought it
isn't
was just
that weird?
the castle at the top of the House of the Wind. But
Right?
yeah, that
And
is
it
weird.
could be, but isn't that weird?
That
Like,
is
that's a
weird.
weird coincidence of words.
It's also weird that Timmy Tam was a more loving individual with the heart of stone. So, um,
Fact. Fact.
yeah,
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good mic
thanks.
drop there.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
appreciate that. So yes. So she like comes out of Lucian's head and I like Nest just sitting there looking at her and is like, mm-hmm. Like, she doesn't say how she knows that she did it, but
I
she
think she
clearly
just
knows.
is consciously always aware of when other people are using their powers.
Mm.
Like she can feel
Yeah,
like maybe.
maybe.
Yeah,
It's very possible.
I love
It's very
the
possible.
I love the line. She needs fresh air, and she's like, "We'll be the judge of that." Um,
We'll take care of her.
and then actually, I'll tell you, Feyre does something here that I did not think was going to happen, and she
What's
moves
that?
them down to the townhouse. All of them.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I figured the sisters were going for sure, but I thought old
Mm-hmm.
Lucy Poo was going to hang out with Moore and Cassian and Azrael up at the house.
The house is more like ceremonial. So she's like, nah, fam, I need all of my family together in the townhouse.
I got to tell you
Like,
what, get out of my house. Just, nah, dog, you're an adult. Like we trying to make babies someday. Leave. Like we gonna be banging in this house, and y'all ain't. I promise you
but
that.
but also she has that handy little sound shield. So they can be banging anytime.
You think that's?
That's not gonna hinder.
Do you think
It's not
that's
gonna
gonna?
hinder.
It's gonna hinder. It ain't gonna hinder her. Feyre get
No.
loud when Reese is around. We know that to be true.
Yeah, but she got that sound shield.
Feyre get loud though.
That sound shield though.
Yeah, but
And Reese can do it too.
what happens when Nesta shows up or Cassian shows up and Nesta and they start? I mean, they might burn down a building. His siphons might go off. What if
Maybe.
his siphon goes off prematurely and she's like, oh.
Oh my god.
can't take me anywhere, dude.
No.
Can't take me anywhere, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm watching
Oh my god.
I'm watching this on the replay on YouTube right now because it's
Oh.
so funny. Sorry, y'all. Sorry about this. I think you just hit me with the air quotes. Anyway.
Oh dear. Anyhow.
I can see you like you're getting amped up and more amped up and more amped up right now. And I can see the RPMs going up. And you try to interrupt it. I'm like, nah, dog, I'm gonna jump in there right here. Anyway, sorry.
Oh my god. Okay, so we move everyone to the townhouse.
Yeah.
And what happened is, here's something else that I found interesting is how hard we're pushing this like Elaine Azrael thing. So
yeah, that's weird.
We get to go to the townhouse and Azrael takes Elaine. So it says Azrael arrived first, no shadows to be seen. My sister, a pale golden mass in his arms. And he says he set her down gently on the foyer carpet, having carried her in through the front door. Like that's like you know, we just got married. I'm carrying you over the threshold of our house. Like, that
Right.
is a very romantic type situation. And even like the way that it looks between them. So it says, Azrael, graceful as any courtier, offered her an arm. I couldn't tell if she was looking at his blue siphon or at his scarred skin beneath as she breathed, beautiful. Color bloomed high on Azrael's golden brown cheeks, but he inclined his head in thanks and led my sister toward the back doors in the garden. And then when Lucian gets there, like 2 seconds later, he can like smell that Azrael has taken her out to the garden, and he is like, it says a low snarl slipped out of him, and Reese says, relax, Azrael isn't the ravishing type. So Lucy's already like, what's happening? What is happening?
It's just he's got wing envy.
I mean, who doesn't? Azrael has the biggest ones. He has the biggest wingspan.
Yup.
Just saying, you know?
I know what you're saying about girth and size and mobility, flapping, all the things.
Stop it.
That's hilarious. Sorry, I had to do it.
Stop it.
Flapping.
Anyway, don't.
Like this, tornadoing.
But then we have another conversation where we talk about people like we're not talking about people like directly there. So Lucian does not give a crap. So he looks straight at Nesta and he's like, what are you though? Like,
yeah,
what is happening?
I kind of love it.
Yeah. And she says, I made it give something back. So it's like the first time that we really have an acknowledgement from Nesta. Because they're like, she's weird though. Like, what is happening? What's happening? This is very strange. And she says, I made it give something back, the cauldron. So she's been in the cauldron. Feyre's like, oh my God, you know what? I never thought to ask my sisters how long. It was just a few minutes for me, but how long was it for them? And what was their experience?
Right.
Because Feyre wasn't in the cauldron. She didn't have that situation. She doesn't know what they experienced at all.
Yeah. It could have been Inception.
Could have been. It's kind of creepy, kind of weird.
Yeah, they could have had like a whole lifetime in there. Like they took DMT.
Yeah. So they looked at Lucian and they're like, you know about like fire is your gift, your power in your court. Like, have you seen anything like the fire that's in her eyes? And he's like, oh, no. No.
They said the same.
He's like, no, I haven't. It's like ice, so cold that it burned. Ice and yet fluid like a flame made of ice.
Like a flame made of ice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dark.
Like, I think it's death.
She gets real dumb in these chapters. Like Feyre starts being like, there's like a trope. There's also a trope in like anime where the main character is kind of stupid. He's kind of aloof. Doop boo doo doo boo. Doo 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 doo. And she's just like, I mean, I can fight him. Like, I mean, I kind of want to just punch him in the snaz. Like this. Everybody else is like, oh no, we shouldn't worry about this. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna deck him in the snaz. Like,
I'm gonna punch him in the nose.
I'm gonna pop him in the mouth. Feyre's got a lot of that, like kind of aloof main character, like whatever, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I kind of love it.
But she tries to answer the question about like how the carver knows when he's been in prison. She says, I think the power is death made flesh, or whatever the cauldron holds over such things. That's why the carver heard it and heard about her.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a death god.
Yeah, like once again, I think it's like whatever intimate force that grants each of them power is something that the carver can use intimately.
And as much as Reese loves to give Nesta shit, because he does, he's constantly like cracking on her, he does say only Nesta would not just conquer death, but pillage it.
Yeah, she's fierce.
So she's like, I hate to use your expression, but a dog. Like, right?
Vengeance. Like she's Batman level justice.
Like she is almost at this point like bigger, badder than even Feyre, who's supposed to be like a big baddie now because she's got the power of all 7 High Lords.
I fully expect Nesta to be more powerful than Feyre already. I actually just think that's a thing.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong at this point because
like there's things that I think Nesta can do where she's like, "Oh, you want to exist, but I don't want you to exist." So, and you just blip out of existence.
Yeah. So then we have a little conversation with Rhys because they're all getting ready. They're all like, okay, welcome home. Let's all go to our rooms and get ready for our party tonight. So they all kind of go, and Rhys and Feyre are talking, and she's looking out the window at Azriel and Elaine, who are hanging out in the garden by themselves, just kind of like chilling out peacefully together. And she's like, why not make them mates? Like, why Lucien? And he's like, yeah, I wouldn't say that around Lucien, just FYI. And she's like, no, but seriously, like, what decides it? Like, who gets to decide? And then she starts laying out some really good points about like other couples that are not great, that were not good together, which was totally your point a few weeks ago.
Right.
Which was like, sometimes, and it literally says sometimes it was just because sometimes the bond is nothing more than preordained guesswork at who will provide the strongest offspring, or sometimes it's just making the plot happen.
It's making the plot happen. It's sometimes you gotta let the plot happen. Sometimes you got to go through some shit before you meet the right person. I haven't written that story yet, but you and I can get together and write that story someday.
For sure. And then we also find out.
We call it For the Plot or something.
Doing it for the plot.
Happens all the time.
But we also find out that it can be denied. It does not have to be accepted. Right. So they can, like Elaine, if she's not into it, if she really can't get over the fact that Lucien betrayed them, she doesn't have to accept him.
Right.
And while women have less of a hard time at being like, no thanks, pass, men get a little feral about it and are like, mine. Which I don't mind occasionally. But in this situation, maybe it wouldn't be great. But he's like, no, really, it's fine. We would totally take care of her. Nothing like bad would happen. It would suck for Lucien, to be honest.
Sure.
And I kind of hate that it would suck for Lucien, though, because I love Lucien. And bless him, he's had a hard life, and he just does not get to win. He's taken L's so much of the time.
It's a constant struggle for Lucien. He's a walking L.
He is a big walking L. That's for sure.
But this is a win. Elaine's a win. Now she's got to come out of her, she's got to come out of her hurricane and into the sun. But
yeah, but he says, you know them better than I do. But I will say that Lucien is loyal, fiercely so. And she's like, yeah, but so is Azriel. And he says, Azriel has also been preoccupied with the same female for the past 500 years. Because that's Mor.
Ooh, I want to see if Mor gets jealous and Mor and Lucien start doing a weird dance. That'd be awesome. Because I think Mor, the moment you see Mor and Lucien in that scene when they come back and they're in the foyer and she's like, the adults have to go and have a conversation. And Mor just grabs him by the arm and pulls him aside. It's like, you're my brother now. Let's go.
Let's go, cuz.
Yeah, like, come on, buddy. This is not the place for you right now. It's gonna get loud.
Yeah.
But no. I think it's like Mor's like, I'm a little jealous. And Lucien's like, I'm a little jealous. And they're like, you want to be jealous together and maybe in bed? And Lucien's like, you have to deal with one eye that is gone. And Mor's like, I've dealt with wings, and we'll just figure that out from here.
I like it. We should you should write like a little comic book sketch of that happening for sure.
I love the idea that they talk like we do, where they're like, for fuck's sake. Like they just you want to get weird? Yeah, I'd love to get weird. Wait, what do you believe in? It's like, I'm pro this. It's like, oh boy, okay, maybe just once.
Maybe
just one time? Maybe not.
Oh no, maybe not.
maybe
I don't
not
know if I can
constantly.
handle that one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
Well, so then we get a morality conversation between Reese and Feyre. Because she's like, I slipped into his mind and I feel real bad about it. And he's like, yeah, you probably should. I always feel bad about it too. It's fine.
Yeah. No.
She's like, but I feel real bad about it.
So it's actually smart. It's actually smart. She's like, but I feel really bad about it. He's like, well, you should. He's like, should I say something? No. No. Don't say shit. Just don't do it again. And remember that you don't like doing it and you'll be fine. And she's like, oh, all right. And I'm like,
Yeah.
actually, that's super adult. To be frank with you, that's super adult. And every adult goes through this situation where they do something they know they shouldn't do. And if that's driving without your seatbelt on, that's that. If it's something quite a bit more dangerous, that's that. But when you get finished, you're like, oh boy, I should not have done that. And then you go to your best friend, you're like, hey, so I did this thing. I don't feel great about it. And they go, yeah, you maybe shouldn't. I've done it before. It sucks. Just don't do it again and don't tell anybody you did it. It's like, oh, okay, Bonnie. And it's like, yeah, good job, Clyde. And then you just keep moving on.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true. But I mean, I think it does pose a good question because while you've always asked like what power would you want, and Daemati is probably like the power that I would want, but it does come with some like hard morality questions because there's some things that like you shouldn't know. There are some things that it's not your business to know.
Yeah, because there are thoughts that I have that aren't even all the way thought out, and so if you heard them, you'd be like, "This motherfucker is a lunatic." It's like
true,
and
for me, it's like because I have the ADHD, the amount of intrusive thoughts that I have.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I would hate to be judged by my intrusive thoughts. You know?
Buddy.
Right?
Can I tell you the intrusive thought I had today? It was wild. Okay, so today I followed the monks. I walked with the monks today. 3 miles. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It was really cool. And made it to the Lincoln Memorial, and I was like from here to the other side of the room from where they were standing giving speeches.
Wow.
And they were talking about peace and love. And it was great. They did their own prayer. It was phenomenal. I turned around. I could see people lined up all the way down the reflecting pool. It was a really cool thing. I've got pictures. I'll post them at some point. But there was somebody on a loudspeaker, like 50, 60 yards from us, where you could hear that they were like, only Jesus and Christ. And it's like, buddy, this ain't the place. They don't care. These monks don't care. They just came from an Episcopal church where they had lunch. I was there. They don't care. They're here for peace, dog. This isn't the place for that. And so I had some violent thoughts at a peace rally, and I would hate to be judged about the violent thoughts I had that involved putting the bullhorn somewhere where the sun don't shine. And I don't think anyone would have stopped me. So because they all agreed with me, I promise. So I would hate to be judged by that group of people like, he's right. It's like, oh boy, yeah, no. Or that time I went running across the Golden Gate Bridge and I thought about jumping and I was like, I don't want to die. And at that moment I was so scared of heights, there's zero chance I was going to jump, but I thought about it.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes your thoughts are nobody's business. So the fact that if somebody had the power to just kind of like pilfer through whenever they felt like it.
Ooh, here's a cool one. What if it was like you could push a thought into someone's mind?
No, that would be cool.
Yeah.
It'd also be like morally weird. Like, yeah. Again, those kinds of things are morally gray.
But you're not when I say push a thought, it's not like you're telling them to do something.
You don't mean like enthralling, like vampire style or whatever.
More like, this is what I want you to see in this situation. Like, I want you to see me to be attractive, or I want you to think I'm funny, or whatever. So like, or, I want you to remember, you're at a family reunion. You're like, I want you to remember the smell of your favorite baked good by any family member you've ever had. So people have, more fun at a family reunion, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Pushing a thought would be cool. But We still haven't seen the breadths of the powers in this, which has been kind of nice. We haven't seen even
Yeah.
Reese's power. He just has like some weird gassy smoke, dark power. And
Gassy smoke.
I think of it as like this like aura smoke that kind of follows him around,
Mhm.
like the dust follows around that dude from the Peanut Gang. Um,
See, that's how I see Azrael because his shadows are like always present. The
damn,
shadow singer. That's
damn,
how I see Azrael. Yeah.
same now, same. Thanks.
Yeah. But Reese's are like contained until he sends them out, like
Yeah,
his little minions.
but he's also got like actual aura and then aura also.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
trust. He got Riz for sure.
He got a little
For
he got a
sure.
little nerdy in these scenes. We'll see.
I don't care. I love a nerd, hot nerds especially. So we have the next chapter when we head on out to the Hewn City and the Court of Nightmares. So we walk in and Reese Poo walks her straight to the throne and sets her ass upon it, which I find a fantastic moment.
It's actually really hot because she's also talking about what she should be wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like, and you get the sense that maybe Kira is going to ask for her. Just like before this happens, and so everybody's kind of aware about what's about to happen here. It's like she's just like not quite dismissive, but just close enough. She's doing her best like femme fatale moment here. Phenomenal.
I think she does a great job because like she can feel like people's like powers kind of slithering towards her to try to feel her out, and she like stabs them with a fork.
Yeah, with an
and
actual
holds
fork.
them.
Yeah, with an actual
right,
fork. It's awesome.
Holds them, and it's just so cool. I love that moment.
Yeah.
So then we go and we talk to Kier. We have to go like talk about war. So we go into the little council room and we're basically like, hey, and he's like, you need the Darkbringers, don't you? And he's like, oh, cool, great. I'm glad that you already are on the same page. Didn't want to like have to. The author's like, I didn't want to have to write about that. So glad you're on the same page.
Yeah, let's move the plot forward. Like, let's not assume everyone's stupid, which I appreciate.
Yeah. So he's like, but here's the thing, though. I kind of really identify with Highburn.
And this is what I thought Reese was going to kill the motherfucker. But Reese was like, I see it. I get it. But what do you want?
He's like, really? Really, though? Because like those people are actually starving. And you're fat. So
yeah, you're not the same page. Oh God, I almost said something out loud. Don't say what I was about to say.
Don't say that.
I'll tell you later.
Okay, but don't say that.
No, I can't.
So, but you know what I mean? Like, he's like, I don't know. I think we're kind of kindred spirits. And he's like, no, I don't think you're anything alike. But if you want to say that you are because you're an idiot, then what do you want? Let's just get down to the brass tacks. What do you want?
Let's get down to business to defeat Highburn.
There you go.
Thank you.
There you go.
Thanks,
Donny Osmond. I didn't know you were here.
Go back and listen to that. That guy enunciates so hard on that song. He's like, let's get down to business.
Well, you know why, don't you? It's the teeth.
That grill got him enunciating.
Sorry, but also no, I'm not wrong. So basically he's like, yeah, I want to, well, all right, before we even go there, we have the like moment where doors open. He's like, well, maybe you'll like this. And the doors open and like Eris walks in. And it's the end of the chapter.
Super surprised, by the way. And here's the moment where I was like, no! Why did she do this to me? Hold on. Is this the end? And then I went back and checked and I had marked the wrong page to finish at. And I was like, I got 8 more pages.
Anyway. Like, I get to read some more. Okay, yeah. Great. No, I did not do that to you. You're welcome. I thought about it, but I chose not to. I let you have
thanks for leaning on this. Oh God. That's what she said.
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right.
You're welcome. So that's who
All
the
right.
final empty seat was for Eris.
Yes.
And Reese
So
is like, you've always wanted to kind of have an in with the Autumn Court.
So this
Here's
happens.
Eris.
This happens in basketball a lot. It's a three-team It's a three-team trade where one team trades with another team, which trades to another team, and they do this motion where like whoop, right? Or they go doot, 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 doot. And Eris is like, yeah, I don't care about that. I don't actually care.
Yeah, no, Kira's
And
like, no.
More, yeah, Kira's like, I don't care, and Eris is like, no, but I don't care either. Yeah.
And Moore this whole time is like, what is happening?
Right. And also is Feyre, by the way. She's like, why are we doing this right now? What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now, boss?
Now, here's something that's happened a lot in these chapters, in this section. We are not telling our friends what we're doing.
Right.
So it is mentioned more than once that we are not telling Amryn that we are going to the prison to try to get the bone carver to work with us. We are not telling her that. Then we show up here and surprise, Moore, you get to be in a room with the guy that you hate, that tried to like shove a stake through you and leave you for dead.
Like, Moore, you already hate being in this room. We're gonna make it worse. It's not very thoughtful.
Yeah, she already doesn't want to be there. She hates her parents, and it's just getting worse. It's just getting worse and worse for her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So she's like, what is he doing here? And he's like making sure that he agrees to help. And she's just like, Reese, what is happening? And he doesn't answer even her because he's like, I'm literally in the middle of something, Feyre. Like, this is delicate. Can you stay out for a minute? But when that happens, okay, scroll. He says, okay, here's what I want. I want Valaris. Because again, he's like, we've been stuck on this mountain and we don't even get the whole thing because your palace sits on top of it.
Yeah, he's like, you want the castle? Take the castle.
He's the most whiny, obnoxious thing in the whole world. And so he's like, it's not even about that though. Because he really just wants Valaris, but he doesn't want Valaris because he doesn't care. He wouldn't like it there. This is literally like, okay. The comparison that I would make is Kira's like a ultra super conservative that is like begging for access to San Francisco.
Buddy, what are we doing?
You don't want to go there.
My family's from Hendersonville, and they complain about people. They complain about going to Asheville. It's like, buddy, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
Like, why do you even want to go? It's fine. Just don't go.
Right. But it's like Valaris stands for everything that he doesn't like. Like, he's not an open-minded person. It's like literally like taking a super ultra far right winger, and that right winger being like, no, you know what I want? I want access to the gay pride parade. What? No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Why? Yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
He's literally just doing it because it's going to hurt more the most.
Yeah, and it's gross and silly.
It's pretty awful. And that's literally her father. Anyway, he's the worst. So the very last, he's like, cool, I'll have Valaris. Reese is like, okay, but there'll be restrictions. He's like, I'm fine with that, whatever. And she's like, and another thing, I want the Ouroboros.
Yeah. Which
just kind of tacks that on at the end.
And he was like, cool, if you could survive. And then she's like, oh no, plot thickens. And then Kira gets up and leaves without being told he can leave, which I said out loud. I was like, did they say he could leave? And then he gets to the bottom of that paragraph and it's like, okay, yeah, it's fine if he leaves here. That's fine. He did ask for permission in his own way, which is fine. And then we get the
and just
wolf.
some really, really juicy things about Eris and more. And I need your opinion on these last couple of pages.
Yeah, because it's the best part of this section.
It's super juicy. Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead. Hit me with it.
Well, we find out that while we've been told what happened by Reese and we've been told what happened by Moore, Eris is like, that's not how it happened. You actually know nothing.
So this section, I read it like a courtroom drama.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Favorite.
He says, it starts with.
Okay. Yeah. Eris says, there were forces at work that you have never considered, and I am not going to waste my breath explaining them to you. Believe what you want about me. And then Feyre says, you hunted me down like an animal. I think we'll choose to believe the worst. And then Eris, pale as flesh, says, I was given an order and sent to do it with two of my brothers. And it's like, I imagine two of my brothers. Oh, I hate those guys. Similar vibe. And then she says, and what of the brother you hunted down alongside me, the one whose lovers you helped to execute before his eyes, right? Buddy, she's digging that knife hard. And this is when Eris literally, can I do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lay flat on the table. Do it.
You know nothing about what happened that day. Nothing. That's exactly what I imagine happened there. Silence. And then she turns her head like a dog. Indulge me. And then Eris stared me down. I stared right back. How do you think you made it to the Supreme Court border? He said quickly. I wasn't there when they did it. Ask him. I refused. It was the first and only time I was denied by father anything. He punished me, and by the time I got free, they were going to kill him too. I made sure they didn't. Made sure Tamlin got word anonymously that to get over blah blah blah. Anyway, it was a cool moment.
So he basically saved Lucian. So we're like, okay, maybe Eris isn't the worst though.
So this is the point right there. So I was like, oh, right. There were no guards outside the portal door that they went through. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Eris did this on purpose. Like this was a thoughtful thing. He doesn't mention it. He doesn't mention it here, but that's what I was saying. I was like, oh, Eris is the reason why there were no guards guarding that.
Absolutely. So I'm going to back up just a little bit because he basically says that Moore doesn't know what she's talking about as well in her own experience. So like the line before where you started, he says, I don't know who fed you those lies to begin with, Morrigan. Likely those bastards you surround yourself with. Because she's like, you left me, you tortured me. Like you left me your tortured bride or whatever. And he's like, I don't know who told you that. So.
Is this gaslighting now?
I don't think so. Because the Moore's power is always supposed to be in truth.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Moore's powers are weird though.
They are weird.
Like we don't really know what her powers are. They're just hinted at up until this moment.
Correct.
So, but like she thought she was beaten, broken, and set out in the woods to be set out and by him. But he's like, that wasn't me, dog. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
So that's kind of like crazy, right? That's a little like, what do you mean?
It's gaslighting for sure.
It is or it isn't. We don't know.
No, but
there's enough reasonable doubt, in my opinion, based on more of what we've learned from the conversation that follows with Feyre about like, I've actually been helping you from the jump and taken all of the, like he's a little Rysand-like in that way. You know
I was waiting for him to say, my mother healed you. Who do you think asked her to do that?
Right.
I was waiting for him to say it, but he didn't say it. But he might say it later. We don't know.
We don't know. But then kind of like one more betrayal to Moore, because she's again taking all the L's in this situation, is Eris says, I told the same thing I told Azriel when I found him snooping through my father's woods yesterday.
And Moore's like, bitch.
Yep. So she's like, really? A2? Brute? You know, like, what is going on? And Azriel didn't even like look at her. And he says, when the time comes, we are to support Eris's bid to the throne.
So this is how I imagine this line being read. When the time comes,
right?
We're supposed to support Eris's bid to the throne.
Right, because Azriel's been in love with Moore for 500 years, and Azriel and Eris is supposedly the one that hurt the woman that he's been obsessed with for 500 years. He's the one who hurt her,
right?
And now he's gonna have to. He's the one that has to say, "We are supporting his bid for the throne."
So when I read this, by the way, actually, let's go. There's the next section. Let's go to the next section, by the way. Even Azriel spoke, blah, 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 and Eris wise enough to finally pale at the sight. Perhaps it was not just for this sort of bargaining, but to avoid the wrath of the Shadow Singer at the blade at his side.
Mm-hmm.
The request still stands, Resent, Eris said, mastering himself. To just kill my father and be done with it. I can pledge troops right now. Mm-hmm. I imagine he does that kind of code switching where he's like, he becomes, who's the character? Loki. Like he's the angry Loki in some of the parts, and then he's just like, he's kind of smooth and calculating.
Mm-hmm.
Eris wanting to be the ruler is gross. It's gross.
You think it's gross?
It's gross in this moment because he's pulling a Nesta.
What do you mean he's pulling? Oh, because like he can't do it himself.
It's not that he can't. He won't. He won't even try. So he's like, you could just do it, and we'll be done with this. And then Favorite's like, mother above, which I think is a hilarious phrase. And then Reese is like, tempting, but too messy. Sometimes I think Reese is just eating chicken wings. He's like, tempting, too messy.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just licking his fingers. Baron's decided with us in the war, and he'll probably do it again. He will, and I'll remain blissfully unaware of Feyre's gifts. Yeah. And then
so he says then he has like another little moment where he bites back at Moore again.
Oh yeah. And then Reese has promise Kier nothing that you care about. It just sounds like he's eating chicken wings.
He was just waving his hand in like dismissal, but he's straight up like he says to Moore, he says, I wouldn't have touched you, but when that other bastard, I knew why you did it. So I gave you your freedom, ending the betrothal in no uncertain terms. And he says, and what happened next? Like Azriel's like real mad about it. Because he's starting to say, like, he's like, you think he's about to attack more, but then he's like, when you slept with Cassian, like, I get it, is kind of where he ends up going with it. So he's like, I get it. You wanted your freedom, so I gave it to you. And then Azriel's like, and then you left her for dead? Like, that's not okay. And that's when he says, there are a few things I regret. That is one of them. But perhaps one day, now that we are allies, I shall tell you why and what it cost me. So it's like at the beginning, it's like that didn't happen, but now it's like it did happen.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's all up for interpretation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right?
It's like when the
Yes.
FBI is like, you shouldn't do this testimony. You're going to go blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I'll be in jail for a year if I don't do this. You're going to let me be in jail just so you can cross something off a list? No, we're not doing that. You just keep me out of jail and you get to keep doing your job. Anywho.
But what I do love is Moore's her line where she gets to take back a little bit of the power. So he's like, one day I'll tell you what it costs me. And she's like, I don't give a shit what it costs you. Get out.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like, she's the victim. He's like, I'll tell you what it cost me one day. She's like, I don't care. You're not the one that had to live through that. I don't want to know about it.
What if he lost his penis because of it? Like, you're not man enough and she chose the winged beast bastard over you, so we're going to take your manhood. What if that was just the case and now we need to feel bad for the eunuch, Eris?
I mean, I think it explains a lot about why he would want to then like kill his father.
If his father forced him to be a eunuch because he wasn't man enough to bed more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, like,
if that's the case, then yeah, I get it.
I'm just saying, like, John Wick went off and killed a whole bunch of people because they killed his dog. Can you imagine what a man would do?
It's really his wife's dog, which makes it way worse. Dog. But yeah.
Yeah. Kind of.
We're talking like Batman level justice.
Kind of, yeah. That's like some Taylor Sheridan stuff right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, that was the end. She says, get out. And he's like, he bows to her and says, yeah, I'll see you at the meeting in 12 days.
I don't think Moore's going to this meeting in 12 days. I hope so, though.
Maybe.
Yeah, this was a fun section to read. It's a very fantasy Games of Thronesian.
Lots of politics, lots of strategy, lots of new tactics, lots of all the things.
I can't wait for Rasan to be like, she's like, you should have told me. And Rasan's like, I'm so sorry. I trust you all 100% to do your shit. And I never come back at you for it. You can't trust me to be a leader right now. He's not going to do that because that's not how he rolls. But he should definitely snap at them and be like, know your fucking role and shut your jabroni mouth. That'd be awesome. Gurpreet. By the way, we have someone on TikTok. Gurpreet, what's happening? We were just finished chapters 22 through 26 of A Court of whatever. So
for sure. So next chapters, you want to know what they are?
Absolutely.
Are you ready? So the next section we're going to do will be chapters 27 through 30. So you shall end on page 319.
Great. That's not enough, but we'll make it work.
What do you mean that's not enough?
Well, we started this series where I was
like 50 pages.
Oh my God, this is too many pages. And now I'm like,
because you're eating it up.
Because I'm reading way fast now.
You're eating it up.
I'm just getting good at reading.
Yeah, you are. And so that's going to put us like around like 45% done, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Pretty stoked. Check us out next time for more of this. We'll probably stream live Friday or this weekend. So look out for that. I would say Friday or this weekend. Look out for that. Madam Smut Oracle, Emily, do you have anything to add?
I am looking forward to the next couple of chapters. And I am most looking forward to your reactions to the meeting of the High Lords. Do you have any prognostications over the next little bit?
The only thing, and it's because you told me, and you told me this in a video, is that one of the High Lords is quite the ladies' man.
Yeah.
And so we got that. Also, we have the Water High Lord who hangs out at the Red Keep of the Summer Court.
Tarquin.
I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about meeting Tarquin for the first time.
After the Blood Rubies.
After the Blood Rubies. We have 4 seasons and 3 days. So I'm interested to see.
Yeah, dawn, day.
And night.
Night.
I'm interested to see what they kind of represent. Because we haven't met the healer.
Helion.
I'm sorry, but it's like, oh, we gotta go get this thing on this other planet. What is it called? Unobtainium. Okay. That happened in our lifetime.
It's so hard to obtain. What's it called? Unobtainium.
That happened in our lifetime, dude. Like,
I know.
Statistically the greatest filmmaker of all time said that. He put that in a movie.
Yeah.
Who knew movies
So
were
like
for kids?
you can't be mad when like the healer is healing anyway.
I'm excited to see what Tamlin looks like. If he looks more like Elaine now, or if he still looks jacked. He strikes me as somebody who just stops eating. You know, he's hanging out with his candlestick and his broom.
See, I think that it's funny that you're like, I think he just stops eating, and I feel like I think he's gonna look like Fat Thor.
Oh, yeah, just sitting there. I only came for the food. Oh, no,
right.
No.
Right, because he's already blonde. So I don't know. When I just assume, like, if we're talking about Tamlin losing it, you know, like not looking super good and looking rough. I love that you go, he's not eating, he's like a waif, and I'm like, oh, he's like Fat Thor.
I also think Hybern's going to attack while they're all there.
Oh, okay.
I think
that's a good prognostication.
Why? Hey, listen. If we can't, like, what did Aaron say? He said if you're stumped with where the plot should go, just think about the worst thing that could happen and then write that in, and then figure it out. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. So if I were Hybern and I knew all the High Kings were colluding at the same time, High Lords, I would attack that place. And Reese already went above and beyond earlier in these chapters, talking about, oh, we're going to set the place. We're going to tell people what it is and then tell them where it is way later. Right. The power that I would have, by the way, is winnowing.
I know.
Winnowing is the one. Because I ask people a lot of times when I do my like kitchen couch stuff is like, I'll ask them, I'll be like, you know, what's a better trip, a mountain trip or a mountain trip or a sea trip? And, you know, blah, 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 blah. You know, would you rather have a Big Mac or, you know, or a quarter pound or a Whopper, stuff like that. And one of them is like, you can have any superpower other than flight or invisibility. What is it? And teleportation is like, dude.
Yeah.
It takes work from home to a whole new level.
For sure. No, I love that. And travel. Like I've just been looking at flights for a couple of different trips that I've got coming up and stocking some flights. And I'm like, damn, that's expensive. Yeah. It'd be so nice to teleport.
Sometimes I listen to like lucid dream music when I sleep.
Yeah.
And I had the dream last night that I could summon portals and teleport. Actually,
that's awesome.
It felt like I could do it too. It was so real that I was like, oh, I figured out this I now figured this out. And I woke up and I put my hands in the position where and I was like, oh, I can't do this. This sucks.
Man, I love that.
I felt like I could do it.
I haven't had a lucid dream in a really long time.
Try some lucid dream music. Tell your husband to work. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What if he's like, I had the craziest dream last night. You were in it.
Right? That's crazy.
The super hot blonde named Moore was in it too.
What?
He's like, I don't know who Moore is.
I'm sorry. Were you dream sharing with Luke? Did somehow you and Luke sync up?
I don't even like blondes. I just think Moore's awesome.
I hear you. I find it adorable.
Why?
I find it adorable. Just because, like, I just think it's cute that you're crushing on a fictional character so hard. It makes me really happy.
It's so weird because I like have watched a ton of anime and I've never crushed on an anime character. It's just not a thing. But you hear like the nerds on the internet who are just like, oh my god, she's bae. I'm like, that's a fucking cartoon, dog. But Moore, 5-tool player, she's like, wake up the next morning and she's like, you want to go get some chicken nuggets? I'm like, yes. And 2 want to go get some chicken nuggets. That's phenomenal.
Oh, I love this for you. This is like your first book girlfriend.
Do you know what I missed?
You've never had a book girlfriend before.
No.
Yeah. I've had so many book boyfriends, I don't remember them all.
I can't imagine more getting outpaced. Like, I'm pretty locked in.
Wow.
I'd love to Google what people have illustrated her to look like.
Don't Google anything.
No, because we have to figure out why Rasan keeps putting his fucking hands in his pockets. He does it in every section several times. He did it in this section twice.
Oh, did he? So I didn't even clock it.
Yeah, he did it. He did it when he was like when they're in the House of the Wind. He puts his hands in his pocket when he walks in
Mm,
on Feyre sitting there with Nesta, and then he does it
mm.
inside in the mount on the mountain.
I
Or
just
in the,
think that it is the sexiest thing. I just do. Like, and I think that's why I don't necessarily clock it as something suspicious, because it is just so sexy
it's
that
just
I
as,
black out a little bit every time I read it.
it's just as suspicious as everything else that is written in this. Like we skipped over some stuff here that I just didn't remember, and that we
Mm-hmm.
didn't even talk about. That was suspicious stuff that
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna remember this, and I for sure didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and we'll probably come back to it later. You'd be like, hey, you remember in chapter whatever that this guy
Mm-hmm.
Azrael said this thing to Elaine and blah blah
Mm-hmm.
blah. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
or that we're gonna
Yeah.
have like a fox and more.
You remember when I said that I'm highlighting in multiple different colors?
Yeah, it's a nerd thing to do, and we love it.
It's because there are things that will come up later that are important that gets dropped really casually in these chapters, in all of the chapters.
Is there lots that have happened in this section that we skipped over?
Couple, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But I didn't want to make a big deal of it because I'm trying not to lead you, because there's no reason why you would know that yet.
Right, it's part of the journey.
It's part of the journey.
I think that's all we've got for you all today. Check us out on TikTok Live and other things. We're going to be doing this for a little while longer at the very least, because there are more books in the series, and we might switch to a different series soon after the next two books, because book 5 apparently is messy, and we're going to be talking about some sloppy things. Why are you grinning so hard?
Because the Smut Oracle approves.
The Smut Oracle approves. Okay. If you like this content, please like and subscribe and share, and let your friends know.
I can't believe you just did that to me. Okay, fine.
Green means go, red means stop.
You stole my line, but okay, fine. Like and subscribe. It's fine.
And we'll catch you.
I get so little enjoyment out of life, Luke. Next time. Chapters 27 through 30.
P is for priceless. The look upon your faces. E is for extinction of your puny races. We'll talk about it later.
It's going to happen at some point soon.
All right, bye. Bye, y'all. No one is going to understand P is for priceless.
Nope.
And it's still going to be awesome when it happens. I have a new one for you. It reminds me of Nesta.
Oh, yeah? What is that?
Just... like the racism and everything.
I can't hear it.
Oh, right.
Right.
This could be like a High Lord also that I've not met yet. Also, it could be the King of Hybern.
We're a traveling improv group. Here, let me give you a demonstration.
Going on YouTube, right?
Can you hear it?
Yeah, you know you're
Hello. Allow us to introduce.
You know you're still on YouTube, right?
No, I thought I ended it.